Feature Friday.
The freshest.
This week's podcast is on third generation girl groups.
Correct.
And we've been like craving live stuff lately.
Yeah,
and
live music.
you guys kept sending us this video called...
I think it's post-concert blues.
Yes,
That's
because
why.
we just watched The Boys. And we're going to do a review of that concert, that whole experience on Sunday, because there's lots to talk about. It was a good concert. There was just things I think I'd love to hear your opinions on them, and I'd love to hear our observations about them and stuff like that. It was obviously quite a different podcast as well, because one of them was like, they had just come out of
Like
having...
you mean concert?
Concert, yeah, because some of them had come out of just having COVID and stuff like that. But yeah, tune in to this week's podcast, both Feature Friday and Feature Friday Plus, and let's give this a watch. It's like best female idol, best vocal moments. And also on Monday...
Quite recent, isn't it?
With JTBC, they're also doing in their new show that we're collaborating with, New Festa. It's all about female vocal divas. So like Big Mama are gonna be coming on the show and stuff like that. So we'll be reviewing some of those performances.
Oh, exciting! Okay.
It was great at the very start.
Minnie and Yuki.
Hands on each other, couldn't stand to be far apart.
I just love this environment.
I really like how her vocal texture comes through so strongly in everything she does. Like, she's a recognizable voice.
Voice, correct.
And I like that about her.
Now we're picking vines, spamming birds, medifying all of course, and I wonder what for.
That's a good song.
Why we keep coming back for more.
Yes, listen. These are the moments that are golden to me, because it's the less is more moments.
Pull it back, man.
Absolutely stunning.
Now you can fucking... That is amazing, dude.
Yes.
That's unreal. That's why I love those environments. It's so hard to replicate
delicate,
that.
Though. It's so delicate.
It's hard to replicate that shit on like studio. It doesn't happen like... obviously this type of environments, yes, post-production, whatever. But it's like, I don't know, those type of moments, they have like the right components for magic. And that's why magic happens in those type of shows. But anyways, we have Red Velvet. So I'd imagine Wendy. Yeah, Wendy, shine on me. Very consistent.
I freaking love how each take has a different equalization.
Let's go! Pause. I'm a fucking huge fan of Lovelies after this. They're fucking unreal, dude. I'm so pissed because I think they did disband at some point. But regarding Wendy, because she's so bright. And in this type of environments, like the KBS stuff, when they do the dances and stuff like that, she scares me because I get worried because those type of vocals, you can't exploit them with so much choreography. You will have moments where you're like, oh fuck, So I'm glad that they at least understand that, and in terms of choreography, they let Wendy do Wendy and go sing. Because I think Wendy also, to many people's eyes, is like one of the strongest female vocalists in K-pop. Yeah, and I don't think that's a wrong opinion. But yeah, it always makes me nervous because she does have very difficult pieces, and then you mix them in with like Red Velvet's choreographies and stuff, and it's just scary.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty cool because in the first clip that we saw from that performance, you can actually hear a little bit of like the grabbing towards the note towards the end of that singing phrase, which is cool because then it lets you know this microphone's 100% on. Whatever
for her, yeah.
whatever the layers might have been, she is sitting right at the front, and I like that because it's giving you exactly what you need from this live performances environments. And then in the second clip, she was so stable, it was actually scary, and it was true. It was
she looked
true
fresher
to the take.
too, which is interesting.
True. Maybe that was the first shot of. Maybe that was one of the few first shots that they did for that filming.
We've seen this, but I want to watch it again.
You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see the problem be You want you better. You wanna be touched better. Do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. But you wanna be better.
Listen to this with good headphones, and then listen to it again and again and again and again, and you pick up new details every single fucking time.
I love this bass. Who's doing the bass?
If I was, if I was that host, I would have been on my knees. I'd have been on my knees praying to God, please give me more of these women. Go on.
Yes. Honestly, there's nothing harder than doing a whole a cappella track like that.
No.
That's hard.
Masked Singer. Which is JTBC, right?
Yes.
Turn it up.
I think I would have been able to recognize that.
Let's play. No, I wouldn't have.
I think so. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe at the end, because we actually
that would have given it away. The ending. It's unusual for her to use so much vibrato, I agree. But that's towards the ending phrase. Crazy. IU, it's crazy.
I don't know why you would even choose to compose a song like that.
I don't know either, but it's cool because it's like human. It's like human capability. Like you hear the effort being exerted, you see it. And to me, that's one of the cool things about live performances. You're like, oh my god, you're seeing magic be done in the moment.
Same as like, who else is like that as well? It's like Sohyun. It's like, why would you choose to do songs like those?
Because
or
you
like
can.
I-DLE. Why would you do that?
Because you can, and why not?
It's like choosing to climb Mount Everest. I don't understand people with that mentality. Bro, take a plane, you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's like looking for it from outside.
Yeah, it's so impressive to me. Because these people had choices.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to the original composition, like yours. It's like, you had a choice to keep that in, to add that in. And it's like, what the fuck is up in your brain, dude? You know?
I agree, though. It is the hardest note in K-pop.
One of the probably.
And then she comes. I love this women. I love them.
This is what I think is fairly. I think everyone probably would fucking agree. I think they're the best in terms of pure vocals as a group, as a quartet. Best in the world at the moment, without a doubt. There's no competition. Like in terms of purism, if you take hype and everything away, they're the best.
Yes, I agree. Away from the shebang of like having to be K-pop, I think.
No, I just mean it like in a cappella vocal setting.
Yeah.
You give these 4 ladies mics.
Anything.
They're the best.
They will make it work.
In the world. I don't just mean it like in the Korean scene. I just mean it in the world. In terms of who else?
I think so too. No, I agree. I'm there with you.
Because I think like Fifth Harmony was very good as well, and like Little Mix, they're very good. But I think now they're only 3.
3, yeah. There's 3 now.
So yeah, quartets. I can't think of many.
Yeah.
Female quartets in the world at the moment.
I don't actually know either, but they do have something special happening at the same time.
Unreal.
They understand the dynamics so well, vocally speaking, between one another.
Well, here's my question to you.
It's unmatched.
What do you think of that statement?
Big Mama.
It's 4 of them as well.
Big Mama's
fuck me. And actually, you could
insane.
say, right, Mamamoo, Huasa said it, and everyone said it, like, you look up to these women, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Back on. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's absolutely stunning.
She's very forward on the track, eh? She's like, why?
Because this show is about that.
Well, that's true.
In this particular show,
yeah.
you know that this is exactly what you're tuning in for. Power vocals, crazy arrangements, the songs that you didn't know could go gospel, they will. And you know this.
One of the best gospel compositions I've seen in my life, actually.
So the best
I've come
arrangements.
from Korea. How might
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell? What the gates of heaven really do open in that show. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
They're really impressive.
Wow.
Obviously, why I'm only being sarcastic. Of course, why. I mean, you know, bless our ears, mate. But it's just, I don't know.
But it's the hardest path.
Exactly.
That's
it's to choose the hardest path, and that's
correct.
Commendable. But go on.
That's not only commendable. That's admirable. That's like take your hats off type of stuff. Because they're not normal. It's not enough key change.
She just has insane level of clarity. I do know that obviously she speaks English and she's like she has a really interesting background, musical background, in terms of influences and things like that. So there's no wonder why she would do such classics like this so well. But I don't know, she really does have like a really cool gospel twang, but she has a really modern take on power vocals.
Yeah.
I say the early 2000s modern.
Yes.
I wonder what
her commercial tracks are super fun and easy to listen to.
Right. So I wonder, like, just how did she grow up? What was she listening
to, mate?
what were her sort of idols coming up? You know, interesting. Anyways, Hustle singing it opera. What the fuck? That was very, very, very intriguing.
I want more of that. Give
she might be the first.
She might be the first
to have an operatic background.
Listen, I want more of that.
Pull it back.
Please show me more of that stuff. Girl, what the hell?
One more time. Put it all the way back. She's very sound, technically.
Yep.
Just an observation.
Just an observation.
Because I'm obviously not the expert in this couch in singing, but. Wouldn't you agree that I actually wish the piece was longer because she seemed to have settled halfway through to operatic singing much more than the modernistic techniques that she utilizes on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, actually correct. I have to be honest, the beginning of that singing phrase was very weightless.
Yeah.
So it was more like trying to find her feet throughout the singing phrase. But towards halfway through the piece, where it gets a little bit more difficult, in exactly muscle memory took over. So the
dust came off.
The opening of the soft palate right towards the back, and the rounding of the vowels itself became really notorious, given that big resonant high note at the top. Also towards the ending of the phrase, when she's coming back down to probably where her natural larynx sit at, she didn't lose the resonance nor the tilting of the larynx towards the end of the phrase, which was lacking at the beginning. It was a really flat, not flat in the sense of the note was flat, but it was a very it didn't have dynamics type of flat towards the beginning of the singing phrase, and I think it's due to a lack of using.
Just if you're an idol, when the fuck are you gonna sing opera?
And no, to be completely honest, if you're not singing operas, you really will not use any of these techniques in any type of setting. You could be a belter, you could be an amazing power vocalist, and you will never use this type of techniques. Obviously, if you do have them, you tend to integrate them in one way or
ways,
another.
right.
But it's not pure. It's not pure. So it's always mixed into some another type of singing phrase.
I don't know what label she's with, or I don't know what group she's with, but
neither.
if you have someone that sings or has that, at least those capabilities, and perhaps they do need some refining. I'm sure if we bring in, perhaps an operatic singer here, they'll be like, oh, maybe she could have done this, maybe she could have done that. But it's like,
it's too short of a phrase, though.
True. So if you have that, at least some foundation, what type of songs could you do in terms of you can add epicness to a sense that no other group could? I feel like it's because every now and then
groups like Dreamcatcher would benefit
from someone like
somebody
this.
Like
who
whip out the opera.
Yeah, dude. So it's like. I always think like that because all these labels, and especially when we have conversations with like our publicists and the people who are really involved in the Korean music scene with these labels, and there's so many groups coming out, and there's always groups trying to reinvent themselves and do things differently and come out with different sounds. That's something we've yet to see in the sense of like that. We always see, huge abnormal changes in music and cocktails and things like that, but maybe we've never really leaned into the whole... Like BAP when they're making those cinematic sort of...
Correct.
You know what I mean? Or like BTS when they were doing these huge cinematic compositions. What if you had the musical score also be the ladies?
Correct.
What the fuck? That would be so revolutionary. But anyways, just like the yes, I'm an idiot. Go on.
I'm an idiot.
CLC's demo. Ooh. Sean,
I love her.
Soloist now, right?
Yeah. That's really interesting.
That was an old ass chord progression.
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
It's fake but I ain't no fake 진짜 시작은 지금부터 빰빰 Scream no more 빰빰 Scream no more 현실 같은 dream은 이제 지겹지 않니 3분 너의 tap tap your knock knock 고소 button never tap tap
She's fucking unreal. Course, I don't know how they don't get lost in their own song. That song is so fucking all over the place even without the music. I don't know how they don't get lost. But that girl there, I forget her name. I think we've spoken about her before. The girl on the far right. She has all my hats off. She's unreal. I know the other girls, of course, they're really good. By the way, this song should sound shit. I like them, but it should. A cappella, what the fuck, dude? So difficult.
So the reason why they don't get they have their names on.
Yeah. Oh,
Jiwoo.
go on. What's
Bae? I think Bae is also very good. Let me
left?
just try to see if I can find her.
I'm gonna kick myself because I know the name.
Go left.
Lily.
Lily.
I think it's Lily, right?
I think
Go
so.
left one more time because I don't think they focus on it. Maybe they do. Yeah, Lily. That's right.
Right.
Because it's really, I think she speaks English as well. I'm not
think
too
she's
sure.
Australian. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But again, I think one of the cool things about this type of tracks is that from a singing perspective, to do them a cappella is a fantastic brain workout.
I would imagine.
It's a mental prep.
That song is so hard.
And I love doing this. Like in theater, we run through songs with no singing, with no music. So we speak through the songs, right? Yeah. And as we're speaking through the songs, we're running through the subtext, but we're singing it. We're speaking them in rhythm. So into the whole rhythm of the song.
Speech quality kind of thing.
Exactly. So in speech quality, you're maintaining the idea that the breath flow should still be the same, even if you're not singing the phrase. But you're adhering yourself into the idea that, for example, if you do follow me 2 3 4, so you're maintaining the airflow the same way that you would be singing it.
Oh, okay.
Without the note, without the actual singing part of it. But then you're working through subtext, you're working through memory retention of the song structure. You're also working throughout the breath control and the breath dynamics. And then you can do it sitting down like they are here. this type of exercises are really good for congealing also the group mentality of the song, and then you could take the same exercise and speak through the song as you're walking around in the room, and then also helps you find exactly where to breathe, when to breathe, as a unity and not as a single person trying to keep up with the song. And I think that's why in this particular case perhaps that might have been one of the exercises that they could have gone through, because to keep the same pitch and the same key throughout the a cappella version of it, you also need to have a clear understanding as a group of where the song is going and exactly what the structure of the song is.
This should be like a challenge, that song, because it genuinely is that difficult. Especially because they're also, well, in the actual track, they obviously have the backing of the track and their sound effects and things like that. But here they have decided to also maintain some of the rhythmical section vocally. So it's really odd because everyone has different fucking chords all the time because the song is not that melodious, melodic.
Yeah.
Same word, right?
Yeah.
Redundant.
Correct.
Quite normal for me. Go on.
And you see how they're all keeping the same rhythm.
I think it's also at the top
so
of their
good.
range as well. Everyone.
Yeah, and
Their song is always here.
which is actually quite hard when you think about it from a vocal tension perspective.
That's probably why that song, I think, created resistance in a lot of people.
Yeah, because it's so far forward. It's so far forward in like the brightness of the girls' voices.
Yeah.
So you could naturally create some resistance to the high pitch levels of stuff. But because it's so really well equalized, I think that what created the most resistance is the actual structure of the song.
Yeah.
Nothing
They're actually,
else.
again, I look, JYP knows this shit more than I
They do.
right? So that's why
They really do.
utmost respect. And that song did what it intended to do. It's a mix of what NMIXX is. Anyways, it's like a showcase. It's a show reel. But to do that shit a cappella, dude, you have to have next level cojones. Go on, anyways.
Correct. I
Jiho.
agree.
All about the bass, no treble. I'm all about the bass,
Jiho.
no treble. I'm all about the bass, no treble. I'm all about the bass, You know about the all about the bass, I said I'm all about the bass, I'm all about the bass, I said I'm all about the bass,
That's live. Fair play.
To be completely honest, I'm not 100% bought with this though.
What is in
I
live?
don't think I do think this is
That's
live.
live.
100%,
I think she's
100%
dancing.
live. I maybe perhaps
I think she's dancing.
I don't think this is the most agreeable key for her.
My question is, why this song? And why this key?
I don't think this
That's
is
not
the
the right
most
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think this is the most agreeable key for her.
Yeah.
Maybe this style of songs, like this jazzy pop idea, yes,
Not bad.
definitely.
And she's not a bad singer. I don't think this does
No,
it justice. I don't know why
Correct.
this maybe
do.
impressed people, but I don't know.
It's impressive because it's 100% raw vocals.
I think also she's dancing. I think the performance itself became kind of like that.
Right,
But I
right.
think she has much better moments.
I think so too. Yeah, this is not.
Pictures on the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no Taeyong on this. I love this fucking song. But let us know.
Me talking about precious vocals proceeds to sing off tune.
It's fun. You gotta have fun sometimes.
Like, what do you
it's like
do?
it's like when these idols go to these radio shows. You know, they don't give a fuck.
It's like
You know?
I'm a loser.
Yeah, exactly. This is our couch. This is our home.
Yeah.
Let us know sort of what other performances you'd like us to watch, or perhaps what other memorable moments
Yes.
that come to mind.
Taeyong comes to mind. Who else comes to mind that is not here? Freaking card vocal section.
Yeah, we've seen some of the live stuff. That was obviously because they came back.
That's why they came to my mind.
yes.
They're pretty freaking strong.
We will. Yeah, we fucked it up, so we saw it off camera. But tune into the live stream. We'll watch it again.
Okay, goodbye.